Whether you hate him or love him, we can't say that Donald Trump didn't try to warn us. And it's clear as day now that these weren't just predictions. He was trying to tell us the game plan that was actually going to unfold.
Before I took office, there were a lot of folks out there making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out.
If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Didn't they say, get rid of your car?
Gas prices in the U.S. were already rising due to high demand.
The price of gas, it's up again.
Pump prices are soaring nationwide this winter. Tonight, drivers are once again fuming over more expensive fuel.
If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
A stock market crash.
The stock market in free fall. Stock market erasing nearly all gains from his time in office.
Law-abiding citizens will be totally disarmed.
Restrictions on pistol stabilizing braces.
Democrats spent the rest of the day trying to figure out how to ban what Joe Biden has called ghost guns. Ghost guns, they're scary.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Because basically what he's saying is he is going to destroy the oil industry.
The Keystone Pipeline project is on hold. This comes after President Biden signed an executive order revoking the permit.
If he gets in, you will have a depression the likes of which you've never seen. Your 401ks will go to hell.
Joe Biden has not cut the deficit. The only thing he cut was my 401k to a 201k.
Yeah. George Washington was a slave owner. Was George Washington a slave owner? So will George Washington now lose his status? Are we going to take down, are we going to take down statues to George Washington?
Now destruction of America's monuments to its leaders. George Washington toppled in Portland. They lit an American flag on fire. Look at that, wrapping it around the head of a George Washington statue before knocking down that monument.
Black Student Union President Mahalet Mesfin says her organization put it in writing, presenting a list of 7 demands to the University of Washington, focusing on diversity requirements, hiring more black faculty.
And then, of course, removing the George Washington statue.
Tonight, win or lose, the results for Republicans, how much of that will be because of Donald Trump?
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all, okay? But it'll probably be just the opposite.
Some Republicans directly accusing the former president of hurting the party's chances by endorsing weaker candidates.
Joe Biden and the radical left's outrageous campaign against law enforcement is the major reason violent crime is surging in Democrat-run cities all across the nation. Where you have a Democrat-run city, you have a city with problems. You and your family will never be safe.
And I don't count drunk driving as a felony.
Rioters and criminals will be totally protected.
Do you commit to cutting incarceration by 50% if elected?
We can do it more than that. There will be no safety, no security, no peace, no justice, no one to protect you, and no one to defend the American way of life.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
My goodness. You can't make this up. The man was spot on. This man was on the money since the beginning. Now, disagree with some of the ways he carries himself and how he could be rude and brash at times. But when it comes to a president, Americans need to wake up and realize that it's not about a personality. It's about policy. And Trump's policies, what he delivered while he was in office in only the 4 years, the one term that he served, was great for all Americans and all America as a whole, home of the free because of the brave. You know, he respected and honored the brave men and women out there fighting in the law enforcement, firefighters, healthcare workers. He honored those people. Now they're demonized and told that they're the wrong ones, that they're bad. But they keep these streets safe, these borders safe and all of that. And I'm not naive enough to believe that, you know, elections change the landscape completely, but they definitely help. At the end of the day, though, I do possess a level of discernment and realization that if your eyes aren't up on the one true king on the throne, Jesus Christ, then it really don't matter at the end of the day. If you're not living your life pursuing that, then you will always wind up empty and lose out on eternal salvation. It don't matter if Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, George Washington, or Abe Lincoln is in office. None of them can dish out eternal peace and salvation. Only repentance, only forgiveness, and only righteousness in the name of the triune God, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, what I believe in, what you should as well. Only putting your focus on that can make that happen. That's a fact. But in terms of this topic right here, since we're going to have the discussion, let's do that. Of course, having a strong leader in the White House can help to an extent, but if the majority of society still believes that truth is relative, you can change your gender, you can push all these extremely sexualized ideas and sin, and that be an okay way of living, and, you know, don't have common sense, you don't have the ability to take a step back and have logical thinking and dive deeper than surface level, all the smoke and mirrors that the media pushes, then hey, a lot of people are going to wind up depressed and get left behind. It don't matter who's in the big house. It blows my mind that when somebody is correct, when they call it like they see it, and that ends up coming into fruition and turning out to be true, it's crazy that if that's someone, if you tell people that it was Donald Trump, they'd almost rather have acid poured down their ears than their pride and their egotistical falsehoods be proven that they were wrong all along.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
I didn't want you
You're
to.
fired.
They can't accept that. It just is absolute insanity that they can't humble themselves and say, you know what? The man was right. Eggs, $6 plus a dozen, milk, mayo, gas prices, everything went up. Interest rates, people's 401ks taking a hit. He was right about the cars too. You look at people like the Pete Buttigieg's of the world, constantly pushing these electric car ideas. Now they're trying to ban gas stoves because supposedly that causes asthma and 12 years old and under, and all sorts of ridiculous ways of thinking. Come on, y'all. Wake up, open your eyes, look around, ask yourself, what are they doing behind closed doors while they're talking about all this stuff? What are they actually doing? Dirty deeds, stuff in their pockets, the Bidens, the laptops, the Russias, the everything that's going on. Take a step back and view it from a different perspective. Look at it with a wide-eyed, open lens instead of just surface level what's being pushed on these headlines. And yeah, Donald Trump, he was blunt and rude a lot of times, but a lot of folks had it coming to him. And that doesn't mean that we have to act the same way as he did. We should still keep pursuing the perfect example of Jesus Christ always, but he was honest. He was honest. And although it may upset some people, hurt some feelings, it needed to be said. You know, people are out here portraying themselves as they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They're portraying themselves as the light, but Satan disguised himself as the light as well. Don't buy into the hype. Our country was thriving when Trump was at the helm, and we voted him in to get the job done. Well, I didn't, because I was still brainwashed and on the left in 2016, but people a lot more wise than I was at the time, they made that thing happen, and he executed the job requirements. And unless we get a strong Christian man running in 2024, I can promise you I'll be voting for Donald J. Trump. He has my vote. I'll be casting that ballot. I don't know if it'll be counted or harvested or whatever you want to label it as, but I'm here for all the crazy tweets, and whether it's he or DeSantis that wins, get your popcorn ready. And I just got to add that just in case Donald Trump doesn't win and he isn't in the mix moving forward, I mean, the man is 80 years old. At some point, he might just want to chill and not deal with all this hostility and the hate and animosity that's tossed on him and his family, and, you know, having to be the leader of the free world and all this chaos. He may want to just take a step back and relax, and that's okay. But thank God we have people like Carrie Lake, Byron Donalds, Marjorie Taylor Greene. We got the Lauren Boeberts. We got Matt Gaetz, Ron DeSantis, all those people that I truly believe are fighting for our freedoms in an America standpoint. All of those people that stand up for what our founding fathers created this country to be. Salute to people like them. So keep praying, keep pushing back, keep calling out the evil, wicked sin when you see it. Judge with righteous judgment. Don't just judge off mere appearances. We're called to hate sin. Don't fall back on the lackluster Christians that want to say, oh, we shouldn't judge. You got a log in your own eye. Don't judge your fellow brother's eye. No. We're called to judge with righteous judgment, and Jesus hated sin. Are we perfect? No. But we're called to guide our brothers and sisters that don't know the love of Jesus Christ, that don't know God, don't fear God. We're called to guide them to the righteous path, to the kingdom, to get those people to salvation so they don't get left behind when, you know, Jesus comes rolling in and has the angels with him to gather up those of us that are saved. So point it out, keep doing that. Don't fold. Don't worry about being canceled. And I promise you, like Isaiah 26:4 says, trust in the Lord forever. For the Lord himself is the rock eternal. And then Joshua 1 verse 9 says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. That's all I got for today, y'all. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation rolling. And if you got any value from this video, you enjoyed my take on it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring that notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a video, just in case YouTube forgets to let you know. If you want to take it a step further, you like what I'm doing over here, you can always get awesome shirts like this made by my lovely wife. This says Redeem. This is over in her Etsy store. She's got hoodies, t-shirts, bleach, no bleach options, all different sizes from petite, small to big and hefty 5Xs. We got it all over there. She also has tumblers now available. This says Be the Light. She's got a couple other ones, and we'll have tons more coming as well. All my links are down below if you want to show support to the channel. We love y'all. We'll be praying for y'all. I ask that you do the same for me and mine. But until next time, Godspeed. I'm gone.